It was supposed to be just another extravagant night of adult private content creation at Nova Iguacu, Brazil. Inside an 8th-floor suite, 27-year-old Ana Pauli, real name Ana Beatriz Pereira Alves, was in the middle of the adult content creation session, a night like so many before. She was no stranger to the camera, no stranger to pleasure, no stranger to pushing boundaries. But that night, something was different. A scream pierced the night air. Sharp, desperate, and haunting. Then silence. And then a horrifying thud, a sound that would send shivers down the spines of those who heard it. The lifeless body of Ana Beatriz Pereira Alves, better known to the world as Ana Pauli, lay twisted on the cold pavement below. The neon lights of the hotel cast eerie shadows over the scene. She had fallen from the 8th floor, but had she fallen? Or had she been pushed? The two men in her room would later say it was an accident, that she had leaned too far over the balcony, that she had lost her balance. But something didn't sit right. Witnesses reported hearing an argument. Others said they heard her cry out before the fall. And when police arrived, the men inside the room hesitated to call for help. Their stories didn't match up. What really happened behind those closed doors? Was this just another tragic accident? Or was Ana Pauli's fall a result of something much darker, something much more sinister? Before we jump into this incredible story, take a moment to comment below where you're tuning in from, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Your support helps us bring these powerful stories to the world. Now, let's dive deep into the mysterious and chilling case of Ana Pauli, a woman who lived for the spotlight, but whose final moments remain shrouded in darkness. Ana Beatriz Pereira Alves entered this world in 1997, in the vibrant and culturally rich nation of Brazil. Born into a modest, working-class family, Ana's early years were shaped by the challenges and aspirations typical of many Brazilian households striving for a better future. From a tender age, it was evident that Ana possessed an indomitable spirit and an insatiable drive to carve out a unique identity for herself. Growing up, Ana was not just another face in the crowd. She stood out with her vivacious personality and a determination that belied her years. Friends and family recall a young girl who was always dreaming big, harboring ambitions that reached far beyond the confines of her immediate environment. She was not content with the status quo. Ana yearned for something more. Fame, financial freedom, and a platform where she could express herself authentically. Her formative years were a blend of typical childhood experiences and moments that hinted at her future pursuits. While many details of her early life remain private, those close to her often speak of her unwavering resolve. Ana was known to set her sights on a goal and pursue it with relentless passion. This ambition was not just about personal gain. She genuinely desired to rise above her circumstances and make a mark on the world. As she navigated the complexities of adolescence, Ana began exploring avenues that would allow her to break free from the limitations imposed by her socio-economic background. She was acutely aware of the power of the burgeoning digital landscape and saw it as a gateway to the opportunities she so fervently sought. With a clear vision and an unyielding spirit, Ana embarked on a journey that would soon transform her life in unimaginable ways. In her early 20s, Ana ventured into the world of social media, recognizing its potential as a platform to showcase her personality and talents. She began by sharing photos and snippets of her life on Instagram, gradually building a following that appreciated her authenticity and boldness. Her content resonated with many, and as her audience grew, so did her confidence in front of the camera. Seeing the opportunity to monetize her growing popularity, Ana transitioned to OnlyFans, a platform that allowed creators to offer exclusive content to subscribers. Embracing this new venture, she adopted the moniker Ana Pauli and crafted a persona that was both alluring and empowering. Her content was characterized by its boldness, and she quickly became known for her confident demeanor and unapologetic approach. Ana's business acumen was evident in how she managed her online presence. She understood the importance of personal branding and worked diligently to cultivate an image that was both relatable and aspirational. Her efforts paid off, as thousands of subscribers flocked to her OnlyFans account, eager to engage with the content she offered. Reports suggest that Anna's success on the platform provided her with a substantial income, enabling her to elevate her lifestyle and enjoy the financial freedom she had long desired. Despite the often controversial nature of her content, Anna was admired by many for her entrepreneurial spirit and her ability to navigate the complexities of the digital world. She was a testament to the idea that with determination and savvy, one could leverage online platforms to achieve significant success. Her journey from a modest upbringing to social media stardom served as an inspiration to many aspiring creators. Behind the curated images and engaging videos, Anna's personal life was a tapestry of complexities. She was in a relationship with Pedro Henrique, a man who, while not always in the public eye, was a significant presence in her life. Their relationship, like many, had its ebbs and flows, and while they shared moments of joy, there were also undercurrents of tension. Friends close to Anna observed that despite her public persona, she was often guarded about her true emotions. The pressures of maintaining an online image, coupled with the challenges of her personal relationships, weighed heavily on her. There were murmurs of jealousy and discord, not just within her romantic relationship but also among her wider circle. Some friends hinted at threats and confrontations, suggesting that Anna's rise to fame may have stirred envy and resentment in others. These tensions added layers of complexity to Anna's life, painting a picture of a woman who, while successful and confident on the surface, grappled with personal challenges behind closed doors. Her story serves as a poignant reminder of the often unseen struggles that accompany public success, highlighting the dichotomy between online personas and real-life experiences. On the evening of January 23, 2025, the Mont Blanc Apart Hotel in Nova Iguaçu, Rio de Janeiro, stood as a beacon of luxury and discretion. Its modern architecture and upscale amenities made it a preferred choice for many seeking comfort and privacy. That night the hotel's ambiance was serene, with guests unwinding in their rooms and the staff attending to their duties with practiced efficiency. At approximately 9:30 p.m., Ana Beatriz Pereira Alves, known to her fans as Ana Polly, arrived at the hotel. Accompanying her were two male companions, both familiar faces in her professional circle. The trio was captured on security footage as they entered the establishment, their demeanor relaxed and jovial. Anna, dressed elegantly yet provocatively, exuded confidence, her laughter echoing softly through the lobby. The group proceeded to the elevator, ascending to the 8th floor, where their suite awaited. The room, spacious and tastefully decorated, offered a panoramic view of the city's skyline. Inside, a selection of drinks was laid out, and recording equipment was discreetly arranged, indicating preparations for a filming session. The atmosphere was one of camaraderie and anticipation, with the three individuals sharing light-hearted banter as they settled in. As the evening progressed, the trio indulged in alcoholic beverages, their interactions becoming more animated. They were seen toasting to their collaboration, the clinking of glasses punctuating their conversations. The mood was celebratory, reflecting a shared sense of purpose and mutual respect. To an outside observer, it appeared to be a typical night of work and leisure intertwined, a common scenario in Anna's line of profession. As the clock approached 11:45 p.m., the previously harmonious atmosphere took a sudden and dramatic turn. Guests in adjacent rooms reported hearing a cacophony of raised voices emanating from Anna's suite. The sounds of a heated argument pierced the hotel's usual tranquility, with indistinct shouting escalating in intensity. This was followed by the unmistakable noise of objects being hurled, crashing against walls or the floor, suggesting a physical altercation or a fit of rage. Then, abruptly, there was silence, a heavy, unsettling quiet that seemed to hang in the air. This stillness was shattered moments later by a blood-curdling scream, a sound that would haunt those who heard it. In the next instant, a dull, sickening thud resonated from the hotel's exterior, prompting several guests to rush to their windows or balconies to investigate. Below, on the cold, unforgiving pavement, lay Anna's motionless body. She had plummeted from the 8th-floor balcony, her fall witnessed by no one but evidenced by the tragic scene now unfolding. The initial shock of the sight gave way to frantic activity, with bystanders calling emergency services and hotel staff scrambling to comprehend the situation. Inside the suite, the two male companions remained, Despite the severity of what had transpired, they did not immediately seek assistance. Their actions, or lack thereof, in those critical moments, would later become a focal point of intense scrutiny and speculation. In the aftermath of the incident, law enforcement officials launched a comprehensive investigation to unravel the circumstances leading to Anna's untimely death. They began by interviewing guests and staff members who might have had any pertinent information. Several guests recounted hearing a woman's scream just before the fall, a detail that suggested a moment of acute distress. Others described the earlier sounds of conflict, raised voices and crashing objects, painting a picture of a volatile situation escalating rapidly. These accounts hinted at the possibility of a struggle or confrontation preceding the fatal plunge. The two men who had been with Anna that night provided statements to the police. They claimed that Anna had been leaning over the balcony railing when she lost her balance and fell. According to their version of events, it was a tragic accident, a misstep that led to fatal consequences. However, their narratives contained inconsistencies, and certain details did not align with the physical evidence or witness testimonies. The delay in their call for help further cast doubt on their account. If it had indeed been an accident, why had they hesitated to seek immediate assistance? This question loomed large, fueling suspicions and leading investigators to consider alternative scenarios. As the investigation progressed, authorities examined surveillance footage, analyzed forensic evidence, and continued to gather testimonies, all in an effort to piece together the truth. The conflicting accounts and puzzling behavior of those involved left many questions unanswered. Was Anna's death a tragic accident, resulting from a momentary lapse in judgment? Or was there a more sinister explanation, involving foul play or negligence? The search for answers continued, with the hope of uncovering the truth behind the mysterious and tragic fall of Anna Pauli. In the immediate aftermath of Anna's tragic fall, the Beixada Fluminense Homicide Division swiftly responded to the scene at the Mont Blanc Apart Hotel. The initial assessment of the situation raised several red flags that suggested the need for a thorough investigation. Upon arrival, officers encountered the two men who had been with Anna that evening. Observations indicated that both individuals appeared visibly anxious, exhibiting signs of nervousness that were hard to overlook. When questioned separately about the events leading up to Anna's fall, their accounts diverged on key details, presenting conflicting narratives that only deepened the investigators' suspicions. Recognizing the potential for foul play, the police initiated standard procedures to gather evidence. They ordered blood alcohol and toxicology tests to determine if Anna had been under the influence of any substances at the time of her death. The possibility that she had been drugged was a critical line of inquiry, as it could suggest coercion or incapacitation. The crime scene within the hotel suite was meticulously examined. Investigators looked for any indications of a struggle, overturned furniture, broken items, or signs of forced entry that might point to a confrontation or foul play. Every detail was scrutinized to reconstruct the sequence of events that culminated in such a tragic outcome. As the investigation progressed, several pieces of key evidence began to emerge, each contributing to the growing complexity of the case. The autopsy report revealed that Anna had a high concentration of alcohol in her system at the time of her death. Notably, there were no traces of drugs detected, which aligned with the accounts provided by the two men, who admitted to consuming alcohol but denied any drug use. This finding partially corroborated their statements, but did not fully explain the circumstances of her fall. Surveillance footage from the hotel's security cameras provided a visual timeline of the evening's events. The recordings showed Anna entering the hotel with her two companions. However, there was no footage of her leaving the premises. The only individuals captured exiting the room after the incident were the two men, which raised questions about their actions during the critical moments surrounding Anna's death. Adding to the emotional weight of the situation, Pedro Henrique, Anna's boyfriend, publicly expressed his grief and skepticism regarding the official accounts of the incident. He took to social media to demand justice, articulating his belief that there was more to the story than what had been revealed. His statements amplified public interest and concern, casting a spotlight on the investigation. In subsequent interviews, the two men maintained their initial assertion that Anna's death was a tragic accident. They claimed that she had been leaning over the balcony railing when she lost her balance and fell. Despite their insistence on this version of events, several aspects of their behavior and decisions that night invited further scrutiny. One of the most pressing questions was their delayed response in seeking help after Anna's fall. Witnesses and hotel staff noted a significant lapse of time before emergency services were contacted. This hesitation was difficult to reconcile with the urgency of the situation, and led investigators to question the reasons behind their inaction. Additionally, the inconsistencies in their stories, ranging from differing descriptions of the sequence of events to conflicting details about their interactions with Anna, undermined their credibility. These discrepancies, coupled with their apparent nervousness during questioning, fueled suspicions that they might be withholding information or attempting to obscure the truth. The combination of these factors, delayed reporting, inconsistent testimonies, and the absence of clear evidence supporting an accidental fall, left investigators grappling with a multitude of unanswered questions. The case remained shrouded in uncertainty, with the true nature of the events leading to Anna's death still elusive. Anna Pauley's tragic fall from the 8th-floor balcony left behind a haunting mystery, one filled with unanswered questions, suspicious circumstances, and conflicting testimonies. Was it simply an accident, an unfortunate misstep after a night of drinking? Or was there something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface? Today we examine the leading theories that could explain what really happened to Anna Pauley that night. Theory 1. Accidental fall. Could Anna's death have been nothing more than a tragic accident? We know from the toxicology report that she had a high level of alcohol in her system at the time of her fall. Alcohol can impair balance, coordination, and judgment, especially in a high-rise setting where just one misstep could prove fatal. If Anna had been drinking heavily, it's possible that she simply lost her footing while leaning over the balcony. But that theory brings up another question. How high was the railing? Some reports suggest that the balcony's railing was at a dangerous height, low enough that someone leaning too far over could easily tip forward. Had she misjudged the edge? Was she trying to get a better view of the city lights, unaware of how unsteady she had become? But even if we assume this was an accident, there are details that just don't add up. Witnesses claim they heard shouting and objects being thrown moments before her fall. Wouldn't a simple accident be silent? And then there's the delay. The two men in the room did not immediately call for help. If this had been a true accident, why hesitate? Was there something they were trying to hide? Theory 2. A crime of passion? Could Anna's death have been the result of a heated argument that spiraled out of control? In the hours leading up to her fall, Anna and the two men in the hotel room had been drinking, filming content, and seemingly enjoying the night. But then something changed. Neighbors heard raised voices, shouting, objects crashing. And then, silence. Did an argument turn violent? There are rumors that Anna had conflicts in her personal life. She was a public figure, someone who attracted attention, both positive and negative. Could one of the men in the room have lashed out in the heat of the moment? If so, was the fall an accident in the sense that she wasn't meant to die? Was she pushed in anger without the intention to kill? Or was it deliberate? And if violence did occur, why were there no clear signs of struggle in the room? Or were they covered up before the police arrived? Then there's the darkest theory of them all. Was Anna Pauley's death orchestrated? Many social media influencers, especially those in adult content creation, face online harassment, stalkers, and even threats. Could Anna have had enemies who wanted her silenced? Some speculate that the men in the hotel room weren't just random acquaintances, but part of something bigger. Could they have lured her there under false pretenses? If so, for what purpose? The unsettling part of this theory is that despite the high-profile nature of the case, there seems to be a lack of urgency in pursuing justice. Did someone with influence want this case swept under the rug? One thing is certain. Anna Pauley's story is far from over. And so we arrive at the end of this chilling and heartbreaking mystery. The story of Anna Pauley, a young woman who had built a life of fame, success, and influence, only to have it all come crashing down in the most tragic way imaginable. Her fall from the 8th floor of a luxury hotel in Nova Guacu left the world stunned. Was it an accident? A moment of carelessness after a night of drinking? Or was there something much darker hiding behind the closed doors of that hotel room? Despite the swirling questions, despite the inconsistencies in the testimonies, despite the eerie silence that followed her death, no arrests were made. No one has been charged. And perhaps the most unsettling part of it all, the case seems to be fading from public attention, drifting into the background, just another name lost in the endless sea of unsolved tragedies. But for those who knew Anna, for those who followed her journey, her story is not forgotten. The questions still linger, the theories still haunt, and the truth, whatever it may be, remains buried somewhere in the shadows of that fateful night. Anna Pauli was more than just an influencer. She was a daughter, a friend, a woman with dreams and ambitions. She fought to create a name for herself, to break out of her circumstances and to build a future. Whatever happened that night, she deserves answers. She deserves justice. And now we turn it over to you. What do you think really happened to Anna Pauli? Was it a tragic accident, a crime of passion, or something even more sinister? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation alive. And if you found this case as chilling as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the world's most mysterious true crime cases. Your support helps bring awareness to stories like this. Stories that deserve to be told, stories that deserve to be heard, because sometimes the truth is buried deep, and it's up to us to dig it up.